All right, Kenman here. And today, what have we here? As you know, if you've watched before, I am in love with this bag, and I am forming a collection of hundreds of them. Why not get another one? Sometimes they have some cool things inside of them as well. Before we start, not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. Do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. And collecting this bag. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Alright, this is a short little fun one. If you did not know, I just got back from a fishing trip. And after you go on a trip, you know, you kind of find things that you may wish you had for the trip. And then you kind of do some research and then you pick some stuff up, and that happens to be what this is. I have a feeling it's going to be fully revealed the second I remove it. Yeah. Oh, and she's upside down, so that's cool. Faboosh. Bag on the floor. You can see the little Rapala. Maybe see some stuff there, but yeah, boom, we'll get right to it. It is the 4-inch Fish and Filet Superflex fillet knife from Rapala. Like I said, just got back from a fishing trip. I have a few fillet knives, tested some of them out for the first time. Actually won, if you want to watch right there. I won a knife. I can show that to you. We went with a group of buddies of mine, and we kind of had like a biggest walleye kind of first fish kind of a competition, and the prize was a fillet knife, and I won it, and we'll look at that in a second. Right now we're going to get into this one. I may get some flack for this right now, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you see this package, this blister pack, whatever, this is a knife channel. Ew. I use scissors on these, and the reason being, I've had someone I know try to cut one of these open, made a mess, ended up cutting themselves on the plastic. These containers are just, I hate them. Not a fan, and I am not messing around, so we're going to go ahead and do a scissor cut. I feel like it's just, ugh. I cut things with knives, definitely, but in that case, scissor cut it is. This is on the floor, garbage. So we have our information. Rapala is a very popular fishing company if you're not into fishing at all. Rapala is one of the best. They make all types of things, lures especially. They make some really good fishing lures, and they make some really good fishing fillet knives as well. And as I said, I have fillet knives already. I was on a trip, but what I was looking for was this. Let's get to this knife. There's a sheath. I'm going to put the sheath out of the way. We want to just showcase this knife for a little bit. But this is the 4-inch Superflex. Actually, I'm going to grab that just in case there's any notes I need off of it. But it's a Superflex, so we have a nice flexible tip. If you're filleting fish, you want that tip to kind of flex a little bit so that you can kind of work in around and through by the bones and stuff like that. It's got this nice wooden handle with this textured kind of Rapala logo. Got the butt stock kind of gets wider for your hand, a little texture on the other side. It's a smaller finesse kind of a fillet knife is what I was looking for. That's basically exactly what I wanted. Is I wanted something that was real flexible and then has that kind of finesse, kind of smaller, tighter spaces. Sometimes when you're filleting like a smaller fish, like a smaller crappie or a bluegill, it's nice to be able to get in close. If you've got some bigger ones, I've got this one here. I actually don't know how much about it, except for it says stainless Japan. And it's got this plastic handle, and it's a nice beefy. It does all right. It's definitely got some use. You can see This needs to get sharpened desperately. I haven't used this in a while. It just kind of looks cool, so I kind of keep it around. But see how long that blade is. A lot of times, fillet knives are longer. This is the one that I actually won in the contest. Take this thing out. The DFI IOF. But yeah, you can see, look at the length. Very long blades, and that's fine. You can get in there and you can do really small fish, but I use the tip of the blade if you got the fish right here, and I'll get in and kind of work it along like this, and you're really kind of only using that tip, and now that tip is really far away. And sometimes you want to get in a little bit closer and get that little tighter, like I said, more finessey kind of flexy work, and that's what I wanted. Like I said, I didn't have any problems filleting up the walleye that I got with this and a couple other smaller fish. It's fantastic. Got a really nice wooden handle. Got a great feel to it. Decent flex. A little bit thicker though, so it doesn't flex quite as much. But this you do want, if you are, fishing and collecting fish to fillet up for food, you want a little bit of both. You do want one that's longer, so when you get in a really big piece, you can cut through it. You've got that blade can get in deeper, further, and get a nice big pass. But sometimes, like I said, this little finessey one, ooh, I'm excited to use this. Feels good. Let's give this a full glamour shots here. Nice little wooden handle, little brass bolster. It's got this textured coating on the blade to help slide through the fish easier, clean easier. Martini from Finland. Hand ground stainless with the Superflex. But yeah, he's been making these fillet knives for many years with Rapala. These are great little knives. I'm excited to use this. This looks like it feels really good. There's that nice flex on that blade. Would anyone be interested in seeing an actual use video? I thought about making one, but I also thought about the sensitivity of cleaning fish. Some people don't want to see that, and I understand that, and I respect that. And so it's something that I don't want to make a short and just put it out there. Someone's scrolling through and all of a sudden they're watching a fish get cleaned and they didn't want to do that. And then, like I said, I have respect for people's sensitivities, and but if I made a video like, how to clean fish or how to use a fillet knife or whatever, it's like now you're clicking on that video choosing to watch said content. But if anyone is interested in that, maybe I will put something together. It kind of has something to do with knives. All right, we got this sheath along with it. It's got that stamped, that same Rapala with that texture, and the J. Martini, Finland. Nice little simple leather sheath, stitched on the one side. And this little fold over piece of leather. Looks like it's been, what do? They get it wet, and then they put it on a blade, and then let it dry so it kind of form fits and fits that blade exactly. Ooh, look at this. It's got some dandruff going on, little flakes coming out. But yeah, nice little sheath for carrying if you want to bring it with you, or just for storage. Really nice looking blade. Feels really good. Excited to use this. What does everyone think about this? Is this entertaining video? Everyone like looking at all types of knives? You rather just look at pocket knives? Well, on this channel, I am an outdoorsy kind of camping type of fun-loving guy who also likes knives. So you're going to see some stuff. I got shorts where I go to putting league and mix a few different things in with my pocket knives and my regular knives. And that's what you will see a little bit of here and there. But this is fun. Okay, so little comparison with my DDF that I won. Significant size difference. Most of my fillet knives are in this more 7 probably to 9 inch. These two are almost identical. And let's see what else. There's one, if you go back in my videos a bit, One of my earlier unboxings from Blade HQ unboxing was this Gerber. It's got a nice sheath with it. The sheath has a little stone on there for a little touch-up sharpening. And it's got a completely different kind of a blade. It's got this interesting reverse Tonto kind of a tip. Definitely another one of those 7-inch, 8-inch blades. Has a different kind of a handle though. Your thumb can rest in there for doing these long fillet pulls. But also it's got this ridge right here that you can sit your thumb in and kind of hold it sideways for those cuts where I'm kind of coming this direction with it. It's nice. I actually like the way it feels. I like the way it looks quite a bit. What I didn't like is I didn't bother sharpening it. I just wanted to go ahead and test it as it is out of the box, and it was not very sharp out of the box. I tried to fillet a fish and immediately stopped, and then put a little bit of an edge on it and then finished, and it worked a lot better. Just straight out of the box, it was okay, just not quite as sharp as I like it to be. I like a really sharp knife for cutting fish when you're getting in there and making those little teeny little pulls. Any little burrs or anything on there is going to affect it, and you're not going to get a nice smooth slice. And I like to, as I'm doing it, I'm pulling the meat away from the ribs or the bones, and so you want to kind of go slow and stay right along it so you don't waste any of the meat. And when it's not really sharp, it just doesn't work as well. Nice knife, just needed some sharpening right out of the box. The DDF, I did clean couple fish with this, and it is fantastic. It's really nice. Big knife for those larger fish, cut really well. Did not need to sharpen it right out of the box. Although the 25-inch walleye that I caught on the second night, we did some photos, and I had this down next to it, and he knocked this knife right off the table. It dropped 3 feet to the ground. One of the pins I noticed I could kind of move a little bit, but I kind of pressed on it a little bit, and I think I got it kind of tightened, snug back up. And then the tip you can't see. You hear that? Now if I do it this way. It's got a burr, so it caught the end, and I got that little burr on that tip, and I will get that fixed. But it happens. The same thing. I got to go in and clean this up. Who would like to see me take this Japanese steel one and clean it up and make it look real nice? What's everyone think about this? Oh, I know. It says Little Joe. The Little Joe. I'm gonna have to look that up. I've had this for so long, I never even noticed that on there. Funny. Okay, yeah. So those are my fillet knives. I also have some. Here we go. Sidetracking. I have some more knife fixed blades. They're really fun. I don't have a lot of fixed blades, but I do tend to prefer folding knives. But I mean, you gotta have that nice buck. Look at this thickness on that handle. Is that the craziest thickness handle you've ever seen? But yeah, I will occasionally look at some fixed blades and some different things. Yeah, the channel's going to have some variety, but it generally is always going to have knives or something sharp in it. And yeah, it'd be some fun. I'm going to clean this thing up, mess around with it some more. Maybe watch for that in the future. It's got a nice click, the Gerber. The way it clicks in there and kind of grabs on. And you kind of use your thumb to kind of push it away and release it. Cool looking knife. Just wish it was sharper right out of the box, but that's not really a make or break kind of a deal. All right, today we looked at this, the Rapala fish and fillet. Is that what they called it? The 4-inch fish and fillet Superflex. Here's the card if you want to do a screenshot. Birch handle. PTFE coating. Going to talk about filleting some fish there. Yeah, good stuff. Nice looking sheath. Excellent knife. Leaving residue everywhere though. That is going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Helps me out and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. get this set up. Yeah. We'll see you soon.